What is going on, everybody? We are here at the San Diego Safari Park, and we're going to be doing a bunch of behind the scenes, seeing a bunch of wildlife out here, and just, I have no idea, they have a bunch of things here to have for us, and my buddy here, Dylan's with me, and we're going to be doing some crazy things, so make sure you guys put your post notifications on and give this video a thumbs up, and hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Woo!
Do this.
Where we going? So I don't know where we're going, but this looks like we're gonna be in San Diego, but in Africa at the same time. I've never been to Africa, so I guess we're doing it in Africa now. We're going on a safari ride. It's gonna be pretty cool. I heard we might see cheetahs. We're gonna see rhinos. We're gonna see rhinos, you guys. Big white rhinos. You guys need some cool things. Yeah. Let's do it.
What up?
Thank you.
The poodoo?
I want them so that my mountain tortoises.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect.
The bucket of that like that.
Those are cool. Good.
Right there.
Kind of thing, you know what I mean? Y'all don't ever see kind of things like this. Only exotic animal ranch and birds and exotics of the world.
So we're gonna go into here in the Okapi area. I'm waiting on.
Do we have
6 Okapi right now?
6?
Yeah. But this guy, he's really sweet. He's a very patient breeder. Sometimes the boys will be a little bit more aggressive with the girls. I mean, they can rake them off. Like their skin just kind of like peels off a little bit, just the very top layer, so that she can have. Usually the female has a bunch of marks on her after they're done breeding. He hasn't hit his head, but it's not the best place to mount right there. There are artiodactyls and zebras are parasadactyls. So zebras are related to rhinos.
Feel the skin on it.
Yeah, well, these guys are like giraffes.
They do have oily
Giraffes
skin
have
here.
a 14-month gestation too.
Feel it.
They're very soft. You definitely have to pet her.
It's definitely. Very cool.
Yeah, she really likes to be scratched. So you can scratch. She likes to be scratched behind the ear and like around her neck, and she likes her ears touched and pet. She likes a nice firm scratch. And if you touch her, if you rub your hands on her, you'll see like you get this red oil. So when they get wet, they get really slippery. So it makes it really difficult for a leopard to jump.
Yeah, it's oil.
So giraffes have really good eyesight and just kind of okay hearing. These guys.
Yeah. And those little like horn kind of things, can they get bigger or they normally stay small?
Yeah.
One shot
Same
at
as giraffe.
We are at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park here at the Rhino Rescue Center. So welcome to the Rhino Rescue Center. So the whole idea of what we're doing here is trying to bring the northern white rhino back from the brink of extinction. There are 2 northern white rhinos left in the whole world. They're both females. They're both in Kenya, and they're under 24-hour armed guard in a reserve there, and they've been deemed reproductively unviable. So they shouldn't be able to have babies. So right now they're considered functionally extinct. So this whole program is trying to bring back that species. So what we're doing is we have our 6 southern white rhino females, which you guys will meet here. And the idea is to take those 6 females, bring them into our facility, train them to participate in the husbandry behaviors and the procedures that we're going to be doing. The scientists over at the Conservation Research Institution, which is right over here on our property, are working on techniques to use skin cells from northern white rhinos that have been collected. We've got 12 skin cells from northern white rhinos before they died. So what they're doing is they're taking those skin cells, they're going to use their magical science over there to revert those cells back to stem cells, create sperm and egg out of those stem cells, put them together in a petri dish and make a northern white rhino embryos. When they do that, then they can put those northern white rhino embryos into our females and they will carry them to fruition, then we'll have northern white rhinos again. It's kind of crazy stuff. It's cutting edge science.
Yeah.
I saw a movie about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
So the whole idea is to bring back the northern white rhino. They've only done this process before in mice. So just a few years ago in Japan, they figured out how to take just skin cells and essentially create animals out of those skin cells.
So I mean, if they already did it with mice, this is still technically like a guinea pig type situation. If this works, I mean, they'll do it with other species that are on the brink of extinction too, like elephants and whatnot.
It's definitely going to be a model for anything like that. I think giraffes are kind of the next big one because giraffes are kind of dying off at a rapid rate in the wild. So if they can successfully transfer the things that they've done in mice to rhinos, which is a big jump,
Huge step.
Yeah.
but it'll give us a model and create kind of proof of concept that we can do this, that we can use that tissue that we've harvested and we've kept frozen to kind of create a little arc for the future. So when we do run out of, habitat or time or animals and we see populations drop like that, this kind of technique is something that might be viable for the future for animals like that. Got 2 rhinos pregnant right now, but those are with southern white rhino babies. So they're the same thing. They're not the northern white rhinos yet. And the reason we do that is we've done that with artificial insemination to get really good at the process of doing artificial insemination.
Or do the real deal.
Also make sure that those females are able to carry calves to term and that they'll be good moms, so they'll be good candidates to be surrogates. The scientists over there right now, I don't know exactly where they are in terms of how close they are to actually being able to create northern white rhino embryos, but they're working at it every day. Our timeline looks like 8 to 15 years between now and when we have a northern white rhino on the ground. So the other cool thing about that is once we get a northern white rhino on the ground, there's a good chance that the 2 that are in Africa right now will be gone. And at that point we will have created an extinct species. It'll be the first species brought back from extinction.
Little bit Jurassic Park.
A little bit like Jurassic Park, but with a happier ending. So the other neat thing about this is you might hear we have 12 cell lines in the frozen zoo, and you might think that sounds like a really small pool to draw from to create an entire species, right? Not a lot of genetic diversity in those cells, but the interesting thing about this project, and one of the reasons I'm so passionate about it, is that the 12 cell lines that we have in the frozen zoo, their genomes have been sequenced, and those genomes have a greater genetic diversity in those 12 cell lines than the entire southern white rhino population, which is 20,000 animals currently today. And they're supposed to be doing pretty good. The southern white rhinos went through a big genetic bottleneck about a century ago, so their numbers got really, really low, and then they made a good recovery. But because of that really low numbers and that recovery, their genetics are not quite as diverse as the northern white rhinos were before they were poached out of existence, essentially. So if and when we're able to get northern white rhinos on the ground, we have the potential to manage those genetics in such a way that we can create a viable herd of northern white rhinos that will be more genetically diverse than the southern white rhinos that exist.
That's not one size fits all?
It fits Mayodo, just barely. Put water in this one so it gets really heavy, and we're protected contact, so we're not working inside the areas with the rhinos, we're working through bars and cables. So this is kind of really difficult to manage and maneuver. So we did some research and we came up with this. This is a inflatable splint. So if you break your arm out in the wild and you have medical supplies like this, you can essentially splint your arm out there. But we've converted it into our own inflatable AV. So we use this for Mayodo right now, and this is a lot easier because it's lighter, and you can actually see what's going on inside, which is also helpful.
You want to know where you got it from? Or are you good?
They're the cleanup crew.
Marco, you want to close the door behind us?
Please. Thank you. So if Helene wants to come up, she can come up and meet us, but she's just chilling right now. And there's I believe two more rhinos in here that are out in the maternity yard, which is the block yard that's attached to this. But I'm gonna grab some food, see if we can't make it.
Pretty cool.
Hey Helene! Helene! You wanna come over here, baby girl? What do you think? Just thinking about it. There's a lot of people over there. So when she approaches, I'll just ask that you guys keep your hands and your bodies on this side. She does have a horn that can come through. She probably won't try to hurt you with it or anything, but you can just take a good look at her. Hey, baby girl, you want to come here?
Do you guys ever go inside here with them or no?
No, we're protected contact, so we stay on the outside of all the enclosures. When we work through the bars for everything. Hey, are you ready?
Ay, galing.
Girl. Owie. You got a nice cut.
That's awesome.
Good girl. So among other behaviors that she's trained to do, she is trained to do an open mouth behavior so we can see the inside of her mouth and check her teeth and stuff like that. So you want to show it off? Open. Up high. Let's see. There you go. That's nice. One more. Good girl. Excellent. Pretty good. She's pretty cute, huh?
Just little cuts like that, just normal.
Yeah, so they'll spar a lot between each other. So this upper area is nice and safe. You can put your arms in here, and anywhere from her ears back is fair game. If you put it up here on the front, she can throw her head and break your arm. Hello. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and touch her.
Definitely not what I expected.
Now, if you manage to, make sure to feel her side where a lot of you guys are petting near the back, and then if you could switch around and feel by her neck as well. So they've got a lot thicker skin on their sides and their flank, but anywhere where it's flexible, where they need to be able to move their skin, it's a lot softer and thinner.
That's really cool. Look at these ears. And their horns will get just as big as like sometimes you see in like pictures and stuff.
3 years ago, and they've grown a lot since then.
And you guys would let them grow, or you guys trim them again?
We just let them grow, but they trim them themselves. They wear them
on
down
the rocks and
on
everything.
rocks and trees and stuff like that. So Helene's is actually one of the shorter ones. She keeps hers pretty short. Helene. Nice, good girl. Yeah, get it.
Oh my god.
Is this one of them that's pregnant or no?
She's not pregnant.
The other
right
two.
now.
Oh,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, she's not the one.
she is not. So they're bringing a rhino right now into the chute to do a little bit of training. So we're going to walk out that way, and we'll meet some more rhinos out in the cable yard, and then we'll go around and watch what they're doing in the chute.
A big boy. That thing's insane. The head is massive.
Yeah. So you see that big hump behind their head there?
Yeah.
That's all muscle. And that muscle is just for lifting their head.
How long have you been working with these guys for?
Just over 2 years. Yes, the males are typically larger. Amani, who's our largest one, is a female. And Mayoda's kind of he's an average sized male. Amani's kind of a big girl.
Hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these rhinos here. I think it was amazing. We learned a lot of different things. I hope you guys learned some things here too. I know Dylan had an awesome time.
My hands are dirty.
Yeah, all of us are.
Dirty. It was awesome. I mean, it was crazy, the up-close experience and learning everything about these southern and northern white rhinos. Also, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys subscribe and put those post notifications on because I'm going to be showing you more crazy things here in San Diego.